So what about column D? Who's got high column Ds? So you're our teddy bears. Who doesn't love a teddy bear, right? So teddy bears actually you gotta watch out for. So what can you tell me about a teddy bear?
Huggable.
Lovable, huggable.
They play both sides against the middle.
Both sides against the middle.
Everybody likes them.
They use their power to their advantage.
Listen to others, care.
So when's it a good time to be a teddy bear?
When you show love and compassion to someone.
Mm-hmm. You show love and compassion. Yeah.
When people are really hurt, like when people's feelings are really hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, or somebody has a hard time being vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the relationship's really important, right? When's it a bad time to be a teddy bear?
You got an important issue.
Important issue? Yeah, if you're going in for that pay raise or fighting for budget money or anything like that, right? When there's timing's important or when the issue's very important. What happens with teddy bears typically? Well, I guess that's kind of an unfair question. So what happens with teddy bears quite often, my wife and I are going on vacation, for example, and she really wants to go to, Dominican, to an all-inclusive resort and, sit by the pool, read a book, different things like that. And I really want to go to Vancouver and explore the city and the culture and, go see live bands or whatever the case may be, right? So if I'm being pardon me?
We give in.
I give in?
Go the teddy bear.
Oh. So if I'm being a teddy bear in this situation, then I'm going to say, okay, this year, fine, we'll go to Dominican and we'll go hang out there. But what am I really expecting for next year?
That's your turn.
Next year for Vancouver, right? But what happens when I don't actually say anything and I just assume that it's next year? It's gonna be my turn, right?
You get stepped on.
Then you get stepped on. So then the next year comes, and the same decision comes up. Well, let's go to Dominican. No, let's go to Vancouver. What's going to happen this year?
She's going to say, we always go to Dominican.
Yeah, it's tradition. Now we're stuck going on. Especially if you stay a teddy bear. What happens is a lot of teddy bears all of a sudden turn into a shark, right? And say, no, we're going to Vancouver. That's just how it is. I don't care about tradition and blah, 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 blah. Right? They turn into sharks. And the person that you're having a conversation with is like, whoa, where did this come from? We're going to talk about intent and action effect in a second. But okay, who has high levels for C, high numbers for C? Lots of C's. So you are a fox. Compromising. What do we know about foxes?
Hunters.
Hunters?
Sly.
Sly.
Full of wine.
Pardon me?
Full of wine.
Yes.
They're really, really cute.
They're really, really cute when they're not trying to eat.
When they're not rabid.
So when's it a really good time to be a fox?
If there's people with agendas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, when you have something that you can give up. Yeah. Anyone else? When's it a good time to be a fox?
With mediation, just being that middle person and trying to get both sides on the same page, I guess. So, as a mediator.
Yeah, you need to, kind of move in and out of that position for sure.
Yeah.
Depending on what the style of mediation.
Right.
Yeah. Being a fox, it's good when the issues of, well, as you can see, mid-importance in the relationships of mid-importance. It's good when you have something that you can give up. So what happens a lot with foxes is that we go, this is what we want, so we start our bargaining way over here. That way we can at least still, we have different things that we can kind of give away without actually hurting our position, right? So how about B? Who's got high levels in B? Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this is the second time
We're doing. So you're an owl. What do we know about owls? They stay up all night? What else do we know about owls? They're wise. Yeah. And they can also kind of freakily turn their head. Right? So when's it a really good time to be an owl? At night.
I was holding my tongue up for that one.
So when's it a good time to be collaborative?
You're trying to get an answer for like a solution.
Right? So if we're dealing with a music issue, for example, I mean, a bunch of different people brought up the music issue, right? When we're dealing with that, it's important to be collaborative, right? What other issues can you think of that it's important to be collaborative?
If you've got a very diverse group of people you're trying to lead.
Right? Right?
Custody.
Custody, yeah. Yeah.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
Creation.
Sometimes it's better to be a shark in that situation. Depending on your teenager. When's it a bad time to be an owl?
When you need to be decisive. Yeah.
When a decision needs to be made, right? The problem with collaboration is that it takes a long time, right? So, I mean, the kind of makeup of this group is that a large majority of you are owls, right? Which probably means that there's a lot of conversation around decisions, and you probably sit on different committees for a very long time about the same issue, and there's actually never any decision made on that. Right? No? For some people. Usually when we have a lot of owls, then we do a lot of talking, but I wouldn't say not as much doing, but there's a lot of talk that typically happens, right? So something just to kind of keep in mind as you're going through this is what conflict style are you? And what conflict style are the people around you that you're talking with or dealing with? Whether that's through conflict or just through discussion, right? Because how you approach that situation is going to largely depend on what kind of conflict style you are, right? So, we have our own experiences, heritage, background, careers that we talked about earlier, right? We see things as, we don't see things as they are, but we see things as we are. Which kind of leads us into this kind of communication, right? And so, how do we know communication has taken place? What are the kind of the elements of communication? What makes up communication?
Intention.
Pardon?
Intention.
Intention, yeah.
Body language.
Body language, which is huge. Yes.
Eat. And words.
Words, yeah, that's definitely an important part. Acknowledgement, yeah. So it's kind of broken down into 3 sections, right? So verbal, the actual words that you're speaking. Paraverbal, which is kind of your tone, volume, and your cadence, right? Cadence being like kind of the beat of how you're saying what you're saying. And then the non-verbal. So, your facial expressions, your body language, different things like that. Your hygiene even has, kind of a big effect on the non-verbal. So, in terms of verbal, or the actual words that are being said, what do you think the ratio is on that? What's the percentage of that kind of makes up this total package of communication?